A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
You are listening to Fantasy Brew. Oh, man.
You ruined it.
I think it's the bottle opener.
Ooh. Give me that. Give me that.
Have this.
There we go.
Oh, I feel like Jackie.
Well, that was the first failed one of the year, of your career.
Ouch.
How are we all doing out there in the podcast listening world, which is the normal world, but you listen to podcasts? My name's Kyle, of course. I'm here with my buddy Mike.
Hello?
Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you have a beer in your hand, or at least easily accessible.
Go on, we'll wait.
Yeah, okay, here, we'll give you a second.
God, this guy didn't come prepared.
Beer should be close enough that you should have one by now.
All right.
Welcome to episode 5 of Fantasy Brews, the podcast for amateur fantasy players who need to know just enough to compete and also love drinking beer. Make sure to go out and follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Brews Pod. We also have our friend Jake joining the podcast today. Jake, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Jake's going to be chiming in every now and then. I'll do a little help out with the competition between Mike and I later on. Jake is in both my Standard League and your Dynasty League.
Yeah.
Should have won. Should have won.
Which one?
Dynasty.
That's what we all say every year.
He crunched the numbers. If one...
Darn.
Tyler Lockett had one more good game in him, and he would have...
Darn you, Mike.
But here I sit.
Jake's wedding is the weekend of week 1 in the NFL, so he will unfortunately not be able to enjoy the game Sunday.
We definitely did not plan it for that day.
You can watch the Thursday night game at least.
Yeah.
And then Sunday you'll be traveling, so
That's fair.
You know what? It's your honeymoon. You pay extra on that fucking plane to get an NFL Sunday ticket.
Air Alaska has TVs.
Wait, if he gets Wi-Fi on the plane, aren't we going to do Sunday tickets still?
Yeah.
Then he's...
Well, you just take Air Alaska. Let us know if you have Sunday ticket available on... I know you don't have a team, but...
Jeez. Get bodied, Alaska.
Can you imagine going to Alaska? You'd have to travel all the way there like once a year.
I'm just worried about the mooses.
The Meese?
The meese? Yeah.
They don't play football.
Oh, they're mean.
But yeah, I say it's your honeymoon. Jess can let you have Sunday ticket on the plane. Give her an Ambien.
Hopefully she's not listening to this.
Today we're drinking beer recommended by my fiance, Jacqueline. We're drinking Canoe Paddler from Line and Kugels, brewed in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Why don't you guys go take a drink and I'll tell them what beer it is. It's a Kölsch beer and it's got a good like German classic type to it. I've drank it many times. This is one of my go-tos in summer, especially. I really like this beer.
I've had it a few times before, and yeah, I always liked it. It's nice. Like, it makes for a really, really great summer beer, and it definitely has like a getting like hinting at that German style of lager for sure.
It's like malty and like sweet.
Don't they still brew it in Milwaukee? Or did they close it?
No, they don't brew it in Milwaukee. I think it's a big distributor. Because the main brewery's in Chippewa Falls. They do something here. I always think it's a brewery. I don't think it is their brewery.
Past it, I think of the beers.
Yeah, I know. Well, because it's right off the freeway, a giant thing that says Line and Kugels. It's huge.
You can't miss it.
I think this is one of my favorite beers from Liney's. It's usually one I get all the time at Summerfest. R.I.P.
Yeah.
It'll be resurrected, but it's not dead. Summerfest will come back.
Hibernating. Wait, that's something you do that it hibernates all ever.
It's hibernating next year. And next year's going to be twice as good. Twice the canoe paddles.
It's kind of like an Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
You only have it during October.
Liney's has so many different... Liney's has they just have a ton of different seasonals. They always are going around and around with the different...
Yeah, I
fruits.
remember their cranberry ginger or something I actually enjoyed pretty
That's a winter one.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, I enjoy the canoe paddle. It goes down easy. And this is beer that I can actually like drink a
Well, thanks, Liney's. I hope you have a Twitter for us to at you at.
Yeah.
Get added.
Rundown of today's episode, starting off with our facts stat, because we have no corrections from last week.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Nailed it.
Or at least we didn't catch them, or we're called out.
On the back.
Good for it. Then we're going to touch on a few, very few news updates. There's really not anything else still. Talk about a couple of late round guys with good value that you can get in your drafts. We're going to be going off of ADP ratings and looking at 10th round and later. After that, Jake will be pitting Mike and I against each other in a spelling bee using players' names. Neither of us studied. I trust you didn't study.
I didn't study.
I
was doing my ADP late guys moments before the show. I didn't study.
You'll have to forgive some of my pronunciations.
that means they're good. They're good names to have to spell.
Following my inevitable win, we'll be recapping our Dynasty rookie draft that all three of us are in from 2 Saturdays ago, and then we'll round everything off with Bruce Clues. And I always make you start with the fact.
And there you have the facts of life. The facts of life.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I have a short one today. I actually shared it with Jake on the way.
Is it about
here.
Kyler Murray? Hey-oh!
No.
Short one. He's
Ah!
short.
Well,
but
I
still
guess
good.
it's like-
That's not a dig. I'm 6'5". Suck it, Kyler.
That's what they said about Drew.
You're a
Brees.
multi-million-dollar quarterback, hopeful MVP.
So my fact is about Kyler Murray's teammate. I wonder if you've heard this one. It's about
DeAndre
Larry
Hopkins.
Fitzgerald.
Wait, Larry Fitzgerald's in mine.
Uh-oh.
I swear to God. Oh, I want to know what
No.
this is now. Yeah. What is
Okay.
it?
So did you know, you might,
I think I do.
that Larry Fitzgerald has more career tackles?
No, not mine, but I have one in
Alright.
mine, so that's good.
Larry Fitzgerald.
We're going
has
Larry
more-
heavy this episode.
Larry.
Woo, he deserves it.
Yeah, for real. This is how good he is. Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm combining words. Larry
What
Fitzgerald.
words were those? Oh, tackle.
Gerald and
That's, I
tackle.
was like, what word were you combining that with?
Larry Fitzgerald has more career tackles than he has career drops. In
I've heard that
16 years, he's entering his
That's
17th
crazy.
season. Yeah, he has 29 career drops on 2,263 targets. That's a drop rate of 1.28%, if you care. But he has 39 career tackles, which, if you didn't know, tackling is usually something that defensive players do and not offensive players.
I hope you know enough. Like, I hope you know that if you're listening to this.
Larry Fitzgerald.
So, if you don't know that, just don't even bother being in a fantasy league. Like,
this doesn't really mean much of anything. I mean,
except for the family one that your sister-in-law throws together last minute and half the team's auto draft.
tell them this stat and they'll draft Larry way too early. This doesn't really mean much of anything. All that kind of gets at is it really shows how great Larry Fitzgerald is, or especially was, in his career. But it also shows how bad some of the quarterbacks that he played with were. I jotted down some names: Kevin Cobb, John Skelton, Ryan Lindley, Drew Stanton, Josh Rosen. Yeah. Go Larry.
But
Good
he
for
also
you,
had
man.
like Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer, and
Kyler Murray now.
Murray. So
There were some good names on there for sure.
they've evened out to a decent.
Yeah, because he had some of them for a while for sure.
Well,
He has had a fantastic career.
sticking with Larry Fitzgerald and his fantastic career. Now you're looking at me and go, Kyle, why'd you pick to wear your amazing Randy Moss Patriots jersey
I
today?
did see that when I walked in.
Well, did you know that Larry Fitzgerald, that guy you were talking about,
Jack.
Terrell Owens and Randy Moss all rank in the top 4 all-time receiving yards, respectively, but none of them have ever led the league in receiving yards in a season.
Interesting.
So Jerry Rice is still miles above them, but they're the Fitzgerald, Owens, Moss, the 2, 3, 4. Fitzgerald with 17,083 receiving yards in his career. Owens, 15,934, and Moss, 15,292. Fitzgerald's closest to getting the title was in 2007, but Reggie Wayne beat him by 101 yards. His most yards in a season was at 1,431 in 2008, but he was beat by Andre Johnson with 1,575. And I put down how much they missed, too. In 16 seasons, he's only missed 6 games.
That's insane.
That's crazy stat.
Oh my god.
That's how he gets all those
He should have
tackles.
been Iron Man.
But he's not dealing with injury ever. He just stays healthy.
Yeah. He's
Oddly.
nuts.
Owens' closest was in 2000. Torrey Holt beat him by 184 yards, and that was also his best season. He missed 21 games in 16 seasons. So Fitzgerald now, after this season, will officially have passed Owens in total seasons played. And then Moss, so Fitzgerald's not going to catch Jerry Rice.
Yeah, do you have the number of Jerry Rice? What is-
22,895.
So he's like 7,000 or 5.
Yeah,
That's crazy, yeah.
It's a bit much. But then Moss's closest was in 2007, Patriots year. Reggie Wayne beat him by 17 yards.
Reggie again.
Yeah, right. So Reggie Wayne was tearing it up. It was the same year.
That makes sense.
Moss beat Fitzgerald that year too. And in 14 seasons, he missed six games. And he even played all 16 games in 2010 when he was on 3 different teams.
Huh.
He still played all 16 games, which is,
Yeah.
they usually take a week or two, but
Right.
I just thought it was all interesting. Fitzgerald isn't going to he's not going to be the leader in receiving yards, so it sucks, but
Right.
and it's so weird that they can be that high, but I'm trying to think of like current players who might be in that situation, like never lead the league in yards, but
Just because of what
could
Terry
be a
Rice
top
did.
could be a top 10
Oh, sure.
all
yeah.
time.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know, who would you pick right now?
Michael Thomas, I don't know what
He
he's at
led
right
last
now.
year.
Oh,
He led last year
I see
in
what you're
receiving
saying.
yards. I'm trying to think.
don't think
Devontae Adams?
I don't think he gets
No,
enough
he won't be laying with the
work.
Rodgers long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who will be just a workhorse for their whole
I'm
career.
sure Julio has led
I
the
mean,
league.
Keenan Allen was for a while.
That's true.
Could. He's
He'd have
only
to
in
keep
his...
playing a long time, I bet.
Yeah. But we'll see.
That's interesting.
That is my fact.
Good fact. Quip.
Yes. News updates with Mike and Kyle. With our special reporter on the field, Jake Setsky. Jake, we're going to throw it to you first. How's all the COVID tests doing?
Well, a lot of them came back positive, but, we sent them back for reevaluation and they all came back negative, so everybody's back to practice.
All right, thanks, Jake. All right, you join me and Mike in the studio. We should do this for now and just go with. You guys can't tell, but we have our fingers on our ears like they do for some reason. So
Like there's a Bluetooth thing. Did you guys rehearse that?
no,
That was awesome.
that was
Nice
just
job.
We're as actors.
Improv,
Yeah.
Very positive, or I guess very negative news coming out of training camp. I'm on a roll today. I got some zingers.
Wait, are you talking about the negative, positive, the negative?
it's positive news that they were negative. So
Yeah.
That's the truth.
You following
news-
at home?
yeah, you added together.
Hey, I'm still wearing a
Yeah,
mask.
they had the 77 tests that tested positive initially amongst players.
Right.
One of them was Josh Allen.
Oh, really?
And so that delayed, a lot of people didn't hold practice Sunday,
Yeah.
and a lot of players just, who knows what they're doing, but then they all came back again, false positives.
Every single one.
That's ridiculous. So it's just it was just all
And now they're
tainted.
going for reevaluation.
Well, when they
Make
did,
sure that they're false positive.
Gotta test those tests.
they
Gotta retest the false positive.
but in the end, 23,260 tests for players, 0 positives. So we're going to have a season, goddammit.
Oh!
And only 6 positive cases from personnel out of 35,137. Still great numbers. Stay away from the players' personnel.
Yes.
Just have your coach yell at you from the
Quarantine.
sideline. Don't get near him.
Glad the season's on because what a bad time to start a podcast that would be.
Yeah, we'd be dead. Do you have any other news down? There's really not much going on, except I'm sick of all this news. Oh, this person's sitting out this practice. Oh, this person's now sitting on the side with a bag of ice.
Right.
Let me know if something serious happens.
Kenyon Drake in a walking boot?
Well,
They said it was a precautionary walking boot.
yeah, and so I don't care until something is solidified and you have actual news. Every day there's just a flow of updates oh, this person caught a touchdown in practice. Okay, great. You don't think the defenses are taking it easy on them? They're not supposed to be hitting full hard.
And especially this year, all those hamstring tweaks and stuff, hopefully everyone's fine, but in a season or an off season that's been shortened and all that, people are just more limber, or not limber, what's the word? They're higher risk to that sort of thing right now because they're getting really getting back into shape now, or back into the swing of football thing.
No preseason, all practice.
Yeah, they didn't want a preseason last year. They were talking too many games. How about no games? But I know it'll be interesting to see how the no preseason actually plays out. I'm sure it'll be a slow start to the season, but I'm sure by week 4 everything will be normal. The rookies will start.
It'll be interesting
Rookie.
if there's sloppy play in the first couple weeks. I do feel like there's a slightly higher risk of injury in those first couple weeks too, where people are for the first time going all out.
Yeah,
But we'll see.
we'll see. That's all we got unless you got any other news.
This just in? I don't have any other news.
That was great news.
Thanks.
All right. Well, moving right along then, because there's no news except for new news. I don't know what that means. We're going to go over some ADP late rounders, because some people can be good enough at drafting where they know the names of the first rounds, they know the main players hit, but then they get to the players they don't know much about at all. And that's where we come in to help.
Plus, when you're drafting on whatever platform, they rank everyone, but they start to vary a lot when you get into the later rounds too. So you can really, more or less trust the rankings early on in the early rounds and early mid rounds or whatever. But a lot of times later on, you like to make your own, picks on your guy that's rated lower, but he's going higher and that sort of thing.
So we're looking at 10th round and later out of your typical 15 round draft.
Oh yeah.
And our ADP numbers that we're using are off of Fantasy Pros.
Yes.
So we made sure we use the same numbers. And if you're looking to reference what specifically we're using. So it's pick number 108 and later
Yes.
is... So who is your first? What number?
My first is 153, so I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mentally...
I don't have any past... Ooh. Like, even near that. Like, I started in the 10th round.
I started
Ooh, what do
after
you
the
mean,
10th
ooh?
round in the 11th, but I still didn't... My first guy's in the 13th. So this will be good. We have a lot of variants, it's nice.
Well, my first one, Tariq Cohen at 112.
Nice.
Back up to Montgomery still. He's finished number 44 running back last year, 27 in PPR, so he's more valuable in PPR leagues especially. And Montgomery struggled a little bit last year. Obviously, it was his rookie year. Give him a break. But I expect a little more of a mix between the two now because Cohen was doing better than Montgomery did before Montgomery was in the picture.
Right. And
Yes.
I don't have the stats on it at all, but I know that occasionally at least Cohen will line up like in the slot as a receiver too. So like,
Yeah, definitely.
If Montgomery's on the field, that doesn't necessarily
And that's why I
mean
think
Cohen's not.
Montgomery needs to just focus on running, and I think that's what the Bears they're going to do. I think their offense is going to look completely different this year because if they're smart, they realize it did not work last year. Like nothing they were doing was working.
Cohen got me into the playoffs in your league last year.
See, he's valuable in PPR. Oh, no, my league's not PPR.
So not even PPR.
What do you do?
Yeah, he is very. He's got a value at that spot already. In a half point or a full point PPR league, I think it just gets greater.
He was the last fact.
There you go.
Ooh, he like exploded.
All right, you redeemed yourself.
Yes, I didn't use the same one as last time.
The Bears only really added like one Cole Kmet they drafted, so it's not like anyone's
They did
targets are...
sign Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like, who cares? I don't give a shit about Jimmy Graham. He's not going to do anything.
Oh boy, true.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah. That's what his tattoo says, isn't
I
it?
think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
They got some weird tattoos.
I think that's what it says.
It says, I think it says thank you for your service.
Don't quote me on that.
I have no idea.
I'll look it up while you talk about your first guy.
Okay, so my highest guy is also a Bears player. I went with Anthony.
Wait, by
Miller.
highest, do you mean...
Being drafted the highest.
Okay.
Like the earliest.
There you go.
The lowest ADP, if you will. So I took Anthony Miller, second wide receiver for the Bears. He's being drafted as the 153rd pick at this point in time on Fantasy Pros. That is the 9th pick of the 13th round. He's basically being left for dead. He is the 57th wide receiver being drafted, but he's the second receiver on this team. So those numbers don't kind of add up if you do the math. It's not a crazy high caliber offense or anything like that. I don't think it can be worse than it was last year. So if it stays the same or goes up, that's nice. He finished as the wide receiver 62 last year, but he had a really strong finish to the year as a whole. From weeks 11 through 16, so the last game that you actually play fantasy in, he was the wide receiver 21. So he had a really great run at the end of the year, a few games over 100 yards, a nice amount of touchdowns. And that span that puts him at wide receiver 21, that includes one game where he had one catch for 2 yards. So Anthony Miller's trending upwards based on the end of last year. The offense is going to be the same as it was, if not a little bit better. Maybe Nick Foles gets the start and helps a little bit for sure. And Anthony Miller, you could just get for free almost at the end of your draft. So you might as well take a chance on him. He goes late. You can grab him in the 13th round and see what you got. If he, has a good amount of targets the first couple weeks and it looks like he's continuing his trend for the end of last year, then you got something. And if he's not really doing that well, maybe you have somebody that you can cut.
Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you put me to the test. I don't think Jimmy Graham has any tattoos.
What were you singing?
Oh, that's from Mamma Mia. You would know if you'd watch it.
You just
The song you said take a chance. No, you said take a chance on him. And that's a song. Take a chance on me. I've got who I took in our mock draft last week, Jared Goff as the number 114.
Nice.
He's been top 15 quarterback the past 3 years, and you can get a solid starter by not spending much. He's going to be dropping late, and he's going to be one of those last solid quarterbacks. Him and Kirk Cousins is ranked even lower than him, but they're two solid guys. You can pick up real late if you really want to hold off on a quarterback, and it's at that point where you're still getting a real good value and not nearly as much risk as some of the other guys that would be available around that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've liked Goff for a while. He's not a showy quarterback, but he's consistent.
we were playing some Superstar KO on Madden, and we would get Goff almost every time we didn't draft or pick a quarterback.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Jared Goff caught me Lamar Jackson in Dynasty.
That's true. You could do that. Trade Goff for Lamar Jackson.
Anybody will take that now.
And if you're thinking
very
that's
bad
dumb,
trade.
this was in Dynasty, so it's even more dumb.
Very
It's
bad trade.
permanently
for the
dumb.
Other person.
How many guys did you say you have?
I have 2 more, but I have the names in front of me.
Well, I'm gonna go over my next one right now. I got
Sounds good to me.
more. So Jameson Crowder
I knew you were
also
going to pick him.
as number 124.
Wait, no, I was thinking of Bashad Perriman. Never mind. I'm surprised you picked him.
I didn't pick Rashad Perriman because I've talked about him before and because he had a slight injury, according to the stupid news that updates you on every little thing. So I don't even believe it's much of anything, but still.
I heard in the news that Jamison Crowder ordered carryout on Wednesday.
You're allowed to do that.
I'm making it up too. I wasn't trying to like shame him. I was just like how stupid the news is.
What kind of carryout is it?
I picture Chinese in my made up story.
Well, I could go for some Chinese.
I feel like you get Chinese delivered.
Yeah.
My story's falling apart.
You've got a lot of holes in your story. But anyways, Jameson Crowder, number 124. Darnold really does not have a lot of other options at anywhere. I mean, they're saying Herndon's looking good, but you can only trust so much. They say everyone's looking good right now.
Right.
I don't think I've really heard anyone's looking bad.
People are, I mean, if Bashad Perriman's dealing with something, I know Mims was dealing with something.
Yeah, well, and then Perriman's on a new team. Mims is a rookie. Herndon coming off an injury. They lost Robbie Anderson. And Jameson Crowder still finished as the number 34 last year.
Wow.
26 in PPR. So I see he's consistent on the team, so he's got to be a Darnold favorite, like, automatically. Do it.
Okay.
Pop the top.
Canoe.
So I think the consistency of him staying there, Darnold hopefully finding his own. I'm giving him one more year before I completely give up on him. He just turned 23, so that's why I'm like, he still can easily.
I forget when he was drafted, but he had some pretty high draft capital too. So
Yeah.
you don't cut those, or you don't stop at those guys so fast.
So Jameson Crowder on the Jets is a good choice.
I assume you're looking at standard ADPs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just you mentioned it, but yeah, Crowder definitely gets even a bigger bump in half point or PPR leagues for sure.
I definitely looked at when I compared like standard and PPR and made sure there wasn't a huge difference in the rankings.
For sure.
So
Makes a lot of sense.
because I mean, anyone that really is that influential is going to be in the top 100 that'll actually be that affected by PPR.
Right.
So the later ones I didn't see affecting as much, but still, obviously some of these like Cohen I talked about are more valuable in PPR.
Hell yeah. I got a 4th name, if you want me to sneak one in here. It's not on your list.
Go for it. Yeah, because you're. Why'd you even bother saying 10th round if you just went right to the last round?
10th rounder later, yeah. Well, yeah, it's still in my mind it was 11th round.
Oh, you failed.
Nope.
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 There you go.
I got it, man.
I wish you could all see this, man. That bottle just had a good time.
This jersey has been through a lot. This Randy Moss jersey I wear for like, I used to wear every Patriots game. It was my lucky jersey.
For sure. How'd that work out?
Do you remember when he mooned the
They
Packers?
won multiple Super Bowls while I was wearing it.
He mooned the Packers once.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everyone should moon the Packers.
At least that isn't a Vikings jersey. Get out of here. All right, so the guy I'm picking off the cuff is Zach Moss. Zach Moss is the rookie running back drafted in the 3rd round by the Seattle Seahawks. Devin Singletary had a pretty good last year, so he's not, somebody bad to have on your team or, on your NFL team. But these are both 3rd round draft picks, just a year apart. Zach Moss, I think he's a little bit bigger of a guy, and there's been talk of him, some camp news. He's catching balls as well, which is really valuable in fantasy in general, and of course, especially if you're in a half point or full point PPR league.
I've also saw that Josh Allen is planning on running less.
Oh,
Which I would definitely make Josh Allen less desirable to me.
That's a really good point.
That makes Josh Allen a lot
But
less
if he's running
desirable.
less, I would feel like a few more carries might go to those rounds of running backs, maybe a couple dump offs too. Especially if Zach Moss ends up being the guy that catches the ball a little bit. And again, we're talking about super late round guys. He's the 131st pick overall, the 43rd running back. So I've talked about him before actually. He's a guy that
Say 131st
overall. But I like Zach Moss. Grab him at the again at the end of your draft. He's in the 12th round right now, bridging the 13th. So just go ahead and grab him and see what you have in the first few weeks. If he's getting a notable amount of carries, like he's sharing pretty well with Devin Singletary, then you just got a guy who's valuable that you can throw in your flex in probably most weeks that you just got for almost free at the end of your draft. And if not, cut him for the big week 1. Who knows? It's gonna pop.
My next guy, because I'm going in order of like 10th round and going later and later, organization, so it's not confusing to other people listening. My 139 guy is Robbie Anderson, the guy with the crazy hair. You'll see his picture. If you can see pictures in draft, you'll be like, oh, that's who they were talking about. You won't even see the name. You'll just know. I say the guy with the crazy hair.
Might have to clarify because Cam Newton has some pretty crazy hair.
It's true.
It's like if Cam Newton's was not like tied together. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam Newton has his up in the front, but if you were to like let his loose, then it'd become Robbie Anderson.
That sounds legit.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't fall all the way down on the side.
No, it's just still pretty spiky. It's like Bart Simpson.
It's just crazy.
It's kind of like Bart Simpson, except you can tell the difference in the color. It doesn't just go straight.
Yeah.
He was number 38 last year, and no one there really has rapport with Bridgewater right now. And I feel like he could be a sneaky favorite of Bridgewater. They're expecting good things out of him. He put together, Bridgewater isn't a huge improvement from Darnold, but I would still say he's an improvement.
Yeah. So it's like right now, for sure.
And like coming into a new team who just got a new quarterback really helps him. Like nobody is already the set favorite for him. So I feel like Robbie Anderson, he's listed as the wide receiver 3. But, all 3 of those guys could be mixed matching around throughout the season who has the better game, really.
For sure.
They're all worth something. But still, Robbie Anderson late could be a good steal.
It's a good offense in general, too. And whenever the offense in general is better, it's just better for the players on the team. You want guys from, like, the Panthers or the Saints and not from the Redskins as much, for example.
Bridgewater's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I think Bridgewater is, like... He's just safer. He's not even like
just worried about
he's not even more skilled. I think he's just had more experience. And he
worried about his injury.
Had Tom Brady helping him for a little bit too. That always helps.
The 185th pick. We're not even going to talk about him, but damn, you can get him for free at the end of your draft too.
Glad they fixed his leg.
Then we've talked about him before, but Jonnu Smith joining us the number 142, basically the wide receiver 2 behind AJ Brown. I don't know why everyone is ranking him so low. I don't get it. He is a lot of value for a team that does not have a lot of options, and they should see more passing from the Titans offense this year because he's finally caught everyone's attention. They know they're going to have to try to stop Henry.
Right.
So they're going to put more focus on him, which hopefully will lead to Tannehill passing more.
Do you think he will?
Yeah, I think so. They have a great line, too. Why not use it? They can use it for that. Obviously, they can use it for running more passing. Season. He did. He was accurate.
For what it's worth.
They didn't pass a ton.
No, Derrick Henry he was the workhorse.
I love Derrick Henry.
Jonnu Smith, he's got so much upside. Like, tight ends take a little while to develop. You don't really very often have tight ends coming in and, like, taking the league by storm their rookie year or even their sophomore year. So I think he's going into his 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I feel like Delaney Walker's a decent guy to have, like, mentor you a little bit.
For sure.
Delaney Walker, he's got the experience, so I feel like he's a good guy to...
And Jonnu Smith does it all. He had a 57-yard rush in Week 15.
It's probably just a screen that was backwards, technically.
I don't remember. I think he lines up in the backfield occasionally, to be honest. But yeah, he's a beast. That's a great pick.
My last one, Adrian Peterson at 145, should be solid for the beginning of the season. It's really worth the risk, and it's someone you shouldn't expect to get a lot out of throughout the full season. I expect partway through the season they're going to figure something out with some of the younger guys, Bryce Love, Gibson. But if you're looking for right away a decent amount of value that you don't need to rely on later, and Adrian Peterson's a good guy.
That's a great pick too. Cool. So, if you're going in order, then Anthony Miller that I talked about earlier would be next at pick 153. After that, I have 2 more guys. I have Deshaun Jackson is going as the 100.
Deshaun Jackson, you have a boner for him this year,
and it really has to do with literally where he's being drafted. He's the first pick of the 15th round right now, of the last round in a lot of drafts. You can get he's the starting wide receiver for the Eagles, right?
Yeah,
at least at the beginning of the season, right?
But that's
as long as he's not hurt.
The whole Eagles offense is always hurt. The whole offense is always hurt.
Djax is the last man standing right now. He's the starter for that team.
Everyone else can't stand because they got tears and everything in their legs.
Literally, none of them can stand.
Is that why Carson Wentz tore his ACL? Because he had to do all the work?
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you know that the Eagles last season just got taken off the list? There's only one team in the NFL that's never had a quarterback throw for over 4,000 yards. Do you know what the team is? And the Eagles were on the list till last year.
I don't know.
The
I don't even know
Bears.
how to guess. Oh, that's
The Bears
sad.
have never had a quarterback pass for 4,000 yards.
That's hilarious. I mean, sorry, Bears. So
It's-
Deshaun Jackson.
No, it's hilarious. You have to apologize to those guys.
Deshaun Jackson is the first pick of the last round in a lot of drafts. He's the starting receiver for the Eagles for sure as the season opens. Maybe Jalen Reagor creeps in there a little more. Alshon Jeffrey will be back eventually, even if he's at where he was in the past. Deshaun Jackson's literally free.
I agree, it's a great value, but you've been all about him lately.
I just think yeah. I mean, like if Deshaun Jackson was going earlier in the draft, I'm not like the biggest fan of him. I don't think, but he's definitely somebody you could throw in your flex for those boom games. If you recall from last year, he played 1 week. I think he got injured in the start of week 2 or something. But in his first and only week where he played, I guess he played in week 9 too, but I didn't count that.
He's an injury-prone guy too, kind of.
So in week 1, he had 8 catches, 9 targets for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I did us the honor of extrapolating that game to a 16-game pace.
Why do you always do that? Stop doing that all the time. That is not how stats work.
No, it's not at all, and you should not go
cannot-
off of this. If this is how
You
it
do
works.
that all the time. You go, oh, from this week to this week. If you leave out this week, and then if you imagine this happened, this guy would have been the number 10 running back out the whole season, even though he played 2 games.
You could do it when if it's appropriate. Like it's not appropriate for Deshaun Jackson. What I'm about to say for Anthony Miller, a young guy gaining fire on the stretch in the back.
Sean Jackson has not played a full season since 2013.
You can get 2 great games out of him, and then he's done.
That's what I said about Anthony Miller.
His 16-game pace was 128 catches for 2,464 yards and 24 touchdowns.
That's his only.
You're welcome.
2013 is the only season he played all 16 games. In his 12-year career, he's played 1 full
Oh,
season.
poor Deshaun. Oh, that's nuts. And then I have one more guy that's just a few picks after Deshaun Jackson, the 172nd pick. It's the 4th pick of the 15th round. I have Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds is the backup running back in Arizona, backing up Kenyon Drake. Just in general, he's a pretty good player. He had 1 game last year where he actually was like the starting running back for the team. He had 27 carries for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. The reason I like him is I think he's somebody that actually has a little bit of value outside of just if Kenyon Drake goes down. That offense runs so many plays. Cliff Kingsbury last year when he kind of came into the system, that was the point he wanted to make was let's run a fast-paced offense. So they run more plays, which means more guys are scoring more fantasy points. He's good out of the backfield. He's good catching out of the backfield as well. So you can do work with Kenyon Drake. And then Kenyon Drake was in a walking boot. That doesn't matter right now. But yeah, Chase Edmonds is another guy that you can get literally at the end of your draft and just see what you have in an offense that's going to run a butt ton of plays. And they're a good offense now. They were pretty good last year, and I think they're just going to get better. They're definitely going to get better with DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, so those are our late guys. Maybe jot those names down and where we said they were if you're looking to seem smart in your drafts. No one in our league is going to be listening, really, so they won't know, but we know. We know they don't know.
That's right.
Pristine.
Swim out.
Get back. Get fucking bad. All right.
What about Michelle? Aaron Rodgers. Straight
We talked about that. We say all the time how we're a Wisconsin league and they just draft Packers so high. We'll talk about it. It'll come up in our dynasty draft, obviously.
True that.
But for now, let's move on to our spelling bee.
All right.
Jake's going to be running this, pitting Mike and I against each other. Jake, do a quick rundown of the rules.
Rules. Each name spelled correctly equals 2 points. Bonus questions are worth 5 points. If the first person spells a name incorrectly, the second person may steal for only 1 point, regardless of what the point is. So, 5-point question, you can score 1 point off a steal. 2-point question, you can steal 1 point.
I'm going to grab beers while he explains the rules.
And the 4th rule is, most points wins. Crazy, I know.
I like it. And how many names you got? How many names are we spelling a piece?
So I believe I have 17 names here.
Awesome.
17 names?
4, 4.
I'm over here!
4, 16. Yes, 17 names. So 1 is a tiebreaker, unless that is not necessary because somebody outscored the other. Should we like to start? Should we flip a coin?
Should we go a solid 5-6 rounds? I don't think we'll need all 17 names.
So we do maybe we do 5 apiece, and then
And we'll use the extra ones if there is a tiebreaker. We'll
That makes
use the
sense.
extra names. So we'll go. When you want to go 5 rounds,
that sounds good. You can switch up
Loser.
the names whatever order you want.
I've got Satan's Blood hot sauce. It is extremely spicy. Just a toothpick of it in a pound of ground beef will have me sweating, and then some. So we're gonna have the loser have to take a little dab of it. That's more than enough of this thing.
Are we literally just like taking it straight? Like
I'll
dabbing
spread it
the
on
thing?
I'll get you a cracker. I'll make it fancy.
You give me a cracker.
Yeah, I will.
You're gonna have to.
But yeah, flip
Should we
a coin.
flip a coin?
Here, I'll flip this.
Wait, before you flip it, how are you as a speller? You feel like you're a strong speller?
I live in the digital world. It doesn't matter. I always spell it. It gets corrected.
I don't.
But I feel like I know how to spell.
Maybe I'll be okay then.
All right,
800,000
Lightning Kugel's
Scovilles.
emblem is heads and...
Oh, wait, here. No, here. Pick heads or tails.
Heads.
Alexa, heads or tails?
Heads.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
Woo! Does
Now
that
you
even
pick.
an
You
advantage?
pick. You wanna start or you
I guess
wanna-
I'll start. I feel like
Okay.
that would be the smart move.
All right.
But I didn't want to think about it too long.
All right, Mike. Coming at you from the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
He plays tackle.
I know who it is.
His name is David
I knew
Bakhtiari.
it. Are we spelling first names?
I want you to spell
You-
Bakhtiari.
Okay. Can you use it in a sentence? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, God, this will be
I have this jersey.
Are you wearing it and turning around real quick?
Moss.
All right, I'll definitely get this wrong. BAHKTIR.
No.
Incorrect.
I was stuck on the end anyways.
BAHKTIARI.
So you are very close.
Oh man!
I thought you got it.
Okay, no, it's actually BAKH.
Oh, we were both at it wrong in that, but I had the rest.
You had the rest.
You forgot an I.
Yeah.
You forgot an I. You forgot
an
an
A.
I.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You forgot an I.
All right, no points for that one. This one's going to me. Yeah, that.
Bach. It's like back.
It's like how stupid Favory is.
Spell your name right, David.
Brett Favory. Like, put the R first. Moron.
What if that's one of them?
Okay, Kyle, also coming at you from the Green Bay Packers because they're my favorite team too. Besides the Kansas City Chiefs,
Go Pack, go.
he's a wide receiver.
Oh God, Equidemius
Equinemius St. Brown.
No,
That's
Equinemius.
all the last name. I'll give you some time because I'm going to crack this beer.
I don't need time. I'm just gonna get it wrong right away. Pronounce Equidemius.
No, Equinemius.
There's a D in there for sure, man.
EQUIN.
UIN.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pronounce it again.
Equinemius St. Brown.
IMIUS.
Incorrect.
Fuck. This is so hard. Oh my God.
Coming back to you, Mike.
Okay, I jotted down how Kyle spelled it. That's a good idea.
No, you can't jet. I was writing it in my head. God damn it. All right, go. Give it a shot.
All right, Mike. Equinemius.
Equinemius St. Brown. EQUIN. Wait. Yeah, well, I already said it. IOUS.
You're both incorrect. It is
Boobs.
EQUAN.
Equine.
Oh my God, these are so hard.
IMEOUS.
All right.
Challenge question. St. Brown. ST. Period.
That's not even his real name. His real name is crazy.
Yeah, it's very long, isn't it?
How do you
Haha Klendik's name is Hashan.
It's like Hashan, isn't it?
Hashan Klendik's.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't even remember where he plays.
Also, forgive my pronunciations moving forward.
It's Equinemius Tristan Imhotep J. St. Brown.
wow.
Imhotep.
That reminds me of the Mummy. Imhotep.
Yeah, that is. I saw someone had that posted that on Twitter. They posted a picture. I think that's the guy's name in the Mummy is Imhotep.
Yeah, the pharaoh, whoever comes back from the
Maybe
dead.
is he Egyptian?
I've never seen it.
Maybe. Is his dad Egyptian? I know he changed their name to
Based
St.
on his
Brown,
family names, it definitely looks like he's got family names like Oman Ra, Osiris.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. So it seems Egyptian. All right, next one. Going back to Mike. 0-0
All right.
still.
Mike, coming at you from the New York Jets. He's a wide receiver. You said his name earlier. Brashad Perriman.
Oh.
Spell Perriman.
I
know this
rather
one.
spell Perriman than Brashad.
I think Brashad has 2 S's.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. Okay, Perriman.
Well, a good thing we're not spelling the first name.
Well, Equanimous was.
Yeah, well, he didn't ask for it.
Perriman. Perriman.
2 points to Mike.
Oh!
I knew that one.
Rashad. Now I have to draft him.
Coming back to Kyle.
Wait, I can't answer without a beer.
Okay.
I made a rule.
You must have a beer in hand at all times. A beer in your mouth at all times.
All right. Spell Tom Brady. Ooh, Tim.
Coming at you from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, so it is Tom Brady.
It is not Tom Brady. It's a cornerback. His name is Aqib Talib.
Oh, I know Aqib.
I want you to spell Talib.
Talib.
2 points.
Aqib is Aqib. I know both. I knew both. I like Aqib Talib. I like Aqib Talib, so I knew that one.
That is a good one.
It helps if I like him. I actually
It's
know.
not the easiest name if you're not familiar with the player for sure, too.
He's a good guy to draft if you are in an IDP league.
I have no comment on that.
I was in one of those leagues once.
I fucking failed at it.
I don't know if I liked it. I
I
think there's a
don't know if
reason
West next to
IDP, individual defensive players, is not popular. Because it's a
really
lot
good
more
point.
work. A lot more work.
Okay, did we determine if bonus questions were going to be used for tiebreakers or if they were going to be used in rounds?
You can use bonus question.
Just do 5
Alright,
names.
bonus question.
Yeah.
Oh, so this will be worth 5 then, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
This is a bonus question for 5 points. Is it
Kyle
Mike's-
doesn't get bonus
Mike's
questions.
turn?
He just gets regular ones.
Mike's turn?
Yeah, Mike's turn.
All right, Mike, here's your bonus question. Coming from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Aqib Talib.
He's a running back.
Tom Brady.
Oh, no.
His first his first name is
Sorry.
Aluadare. His last name is
Ogunbowale.
Ogunbowale.
You pronounce it right.
I would like you to spell his first name, Aluadare.
Oh, man.
Also known
And you only know him by
Dare.
by Dare. You don't know the
Yeah.
full. Oh
No.
man.
I mean, I wouldn't have been able to spell Agumbawale either. Okay, can you say the first name one more time?
Aluadare.
Alua Dare. Alua
you know, add an extra L in there.
Dare is his abbreviation, and that's your hint because it's all over fantasy.
Yeah, that one I'm familiar with.
Go.
A L. I'm gonna say H. A-L-H-U-A.
Very wrong. Very wrong.
I figure it's not gonna be the obvious.
Very
to
wrong.
me, so
All right, Kyle, you have the chance to steal for 1 point. It is a bonus question, but
Aluwadare.
incorrect.
That W.
The
was
correct
smart.
spelling is O-L-U-W-A-D-A-R-E.
Did I miss an H? That's what I said.
That's what you said?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Because look, I haven't spelled out above it. Look at that.
Roll the tape.
We
Roll the
could.
tape.
We can literally roll the tape.
All right, roll it.
I swear to God, that's what I said.
All right, 1 point to Kyle.
Yeah, we'll get
He-
That's
did
what
write it
we'll
down.
bet it. I have it written down Aluwadare
He
before.
did write it
with
down.
an O.
Yes.
Okay, we did that around like 48 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. Well,
You want to rush through it?
I'm pretty sure I got it right. I'm
We'll figure it out.
now I'm questioning
I gave
myself.
you 1 point.
Okay.
What an embarrassing
Maybe I'm
correction
talking away
that
from
would
the
have
mic,
to
too.
be.
Okay, so now it's
I'm talking away.
going to me again. Because
Yeah, you
I
stole
stole
it.
that one.
So
Correct.
what's the score? 3-2.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. Coming back to Kyle, we're going to go with also the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're still going to go with Ogumbawale. Please spell
Yay!
Ogumbawale.
This is worth 5.
This is worth 2.
Okay.
This is a regular question.
Ogumbawale.
That is correct.
Boom!
Oh my god.
I got. Get at me, Umbawale. I got both your names right. Let's go.
I thought it was suspicious how many times you asked me if I studied.
O-G-U-M.
No, I didn't.
You got it right.
Damn. Yes.
So you're at 5 now?
Yeah, how many points I get on that one?
You got 2 points off of that, so it's currently 5.
5-2. All right.
Woo-wee.
Back to Mike. Last 2 rounds.
All right, Mike, coming back to you from the Cleveland Browns. He's a tight end. His name is David Njoku.
That's easy. I got that. I know that one. You better know that. Spelled David.
Is it David or
No, spell Njoku.
N-J... I'm so scared. I'm doubting myself. N-J-O-K-U.
Yeah.
2 points to Mike.
Ding ding.
But if I... Oh, no. I got to get this.
If you steal Njoku, Wait.
All right, Kyle, coming at you from the Las Vegas Raiders. That's weird to say.
Okay.
He's a linebacker.
Yeah, he is.
His name is Nick Kwiatkowski.
Oh, nope, not getting that one. Nick Kwiatkowski?
Kwiatkowski. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Kwiatkowski. Pardon my pronunciation.
I'm just going to go Kwiatkowski.
Very close, but incorrect. Mike, you have the chance to steal for 1 point.
That was hard. Kwiatkowski.
Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski. I'm sorry, I keep saying it wrong. Kwiatkowski.
Oh, man.
You need this. You need this to tie it up. Come on, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Quietcase.
Incorrect.
I can't.
That was
visualize
wild.
this at
That
all.
was a wild one. I don't know that you were anywhere
Very
near.
bad at this.
It is Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski.
Damn.
I started with a K in my initial one. My initial attempt. KWI.
All right, so I am up 1 going into the last round. If you don't get this, I win.
Yep.
Well, you could get yours wrong.
You also get a bonus question still.
Oh, there's a bonus.
Yeah, yours is worth 5 this time, I assume.
So coming back to Mike.
Go back
All
to me.
right.
Let's go with it. Coming from the San Diego Chargers. He's also a linebacker. Uchenna Nwosu. I would like you to spell Nwosu.
Nuos.
Los Angeles Chargers. That's a point.
Actually, correct. Yes. Thank you for
That's not a point.
correcting me.
Fuck out of here.
Nuosu.
Just get it wrong. Just get it wrong real quick.
Newosu.
Dude, you were so close, but not.
Ratskulls.
Kyle, for 1 point, would you like to steal? Uchenna Nwosu.
You can say no if you want.
Nuosu.
This one's a hard one.
Kesha's here. TikTok.
New. Nougous. S.
Incorrect.
I forgot how it ended. I forgot how the name ended. It's spelled
Nwosu.
I had it wrong anyways. Fuck it.
Nwosu. Nwosu.
Nwosu. No, it's not.
Too many consonants next to each other.
Oh,
Okay, I'm down by 1, right?
yeah.
So if you
Well,
get it
that's
wrong
it.
and I steal, then we tie.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Correct.
this is a bonus question, so you can blow him out of the water, because he already got his bonus
I can blow you.
Yeah, blow me.
Alright,
I'm gonna blow you.
We're gonna take a break. No, I'm just kidding.
so,
Tom Brady.
no. Coming at you from the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh!
Blake Jarwin.
He's a cornerback.
Kyle.
His name is Chidobe Awuzie.
Nope.
I would like you to spell Chidobe.
I'm gonna say CH apostrophe T-O-B-I. Like T'Challa, kind of.
Incorrect, but very close. No apostrophe.
When you say very close.
apostrophe.
Well, a lot of people have apostrophes in their names. It's a thing.
And kill Harry.
Yes, exactly. And kill
Yeah,
Harry.
that is true. You got it.
Can you say it one more time, Jim?
All right, Mike. I would like you to spell
Chidobe.
Awuzie's first name. Chidobe.
Make sure you have your apostrophe.
J.
Wait, what?
Alright, no. That's wrong. That's wrong.
J.
What is it?
No, it's
Did I just add an extra apostrophe?
Chidobe. Chidobe.
I was closer than a J.
D-O. There's only one E?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say 2 E's.
We didn't even let you finish because you said J. I am the winner by 1.
The last time I thought it was closer than I was, I had the wrong first letter with the quiet one and the K.
All right,
So-
give us a good name that you have left on your list still, since we don't need a tiebreaker. Give us a good one that we can try to get.
All right.
Well, like one that we might actually get. Dan, I don't think that apostrophe was that far-fetched.
It wasn't, but
T'Challa has
made
an
me
apostrophe,
laugh.
doesn't it?
It made me
T'Challa's a
laugh.
fictitious character.
But it's a name. It doesn't matter.
All right.
names are
I don't know if you'll get this.
Yeah,
one.
right? All names are made up.
Minnesota Vikings.
V-I...
Minnesota.
Minnesota Vikings. Defensive end. Ifidi Odenigbo.
After you, winner.
Okay, nope, never mind.
You don't see the defensive names as much.
Do you want me to do an offense?
Yeah, do an offensive one.
Guess what? I don't have it. I looked for a very unique name.
All right,
and I found all
Here's
the
the
unique names.
Can you spell? I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Can you pronounce Akello Witherspoon?
How do you pronounce his last name still?
Tungo Voila is not...
Oh,
I don't think that's
hell
right, but it's
no.
close.
Can you spell it?
IT. I don't know how to spell that.
Can you spell Tugovio?
T-U-A.
Tugovio?
I don't know how to say his last name.
Tua.
Okay,
It is Tua.
I'll guess, and then you can vet it. This gives me a point if I get it. T-U-N-G.
No,
A.
that's already wrong.
T-U...
Yeah, there's no
okay.
N.
There's no N. It's
Tug.
T-U-N-G.
it's T-A...
No, it's T-U, I thought.
No, T-A-G-O... Tugovi... And then there's the V. T-A-G-O-V... Tugov... A-I-L... Tugovale... E-O? T-A-G-O-V-A-I-L-E-O?
No.
Ah!
You were super close. You told me there wasn't a G in there. You put a G in there. You fuck.
I know there's a G in there.
Then why'd you say there wasn't a G in there?
No, you said something. You said some other letter that didn't
Put
make
an
any
N in
sense.
there.
Yeah,
That's not in there.
Yeah, that made no sense.
T-A-G-O-V-A-I-L-O-A.
Oh, I had the last two wrong, but that was pretty good for me, not even knowing how to pronounce it.
Very close. Nice.
Well, I won. Your punishment is we'll grab that while we take a quick break. We'll grab that, and you'll have to do the rest of the show while very spicy in your mouth.
Sounds good to me.
Spicy.
We'll be right back. Listen to these two sexy guys tell you about a fantasy app.
I don't know about you guys, but I've been counting down the days until the football season starts, and really for fantasy football.
You're the kind of guy, you're in way too many leagues because you can't get enough of it. I restrict myself to my Dynasty and my Redraft League, but I'm always still on the sites during work usually, tinkering with my teams, and that's where Thrive Fantasy comes in.
Yeah, and we're really excited to announce that we've partnered with Thrive Fantasy for the upcoming NFL season.
Indeed we did. Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports apps for player props. They've eliminated the need to do countless hours of research because they only ask you about the top tier athletes.
That means no deep dives, no sleepers, no hours of research, just betting on the stars that you love to watch play.
Absolutely, and you're going to be choosing 10 player prop options from a list of 20 in order to build your lineup. These are all going to be guys like the Barkleys, the Jones, the Mahomeses. You think Mahomes will have over 297.5 pass yards, you take the over. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, so each prop is going to have a fantasy point total that is associated with an over or under based on the likelihood for that prop bet to occur. The more points a selection is worth, the riskier it is. As you rack up points in your group, if you end up being in the upper echelon, you're going to win a share of that prize pool, which means money!
You just used the word echelon?
Yeah, I did.
That's good. That's a smart word. All right.
I thought you were putting me on the spot.
No, man. And they do more than just football, too. They cover NBA, MLB, PJ, and even some esports. We played on some of the NBA games the other night and really ended up getting into the games and rooting for our guys. I didn't hit big, but I got my money back, so I'm going to be going back in and trying to win some more.
So we really just sit around and watch football together every Sunday, just drinking beers. And there's no doubt that we're going to be playing some Thrive Fantasy against each other to try to borrow a few bucks from the other guy.
So use promo code FANTASYBREWS, all one word, when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant $20 bonus on your first deposit of $20 or more.
So go and download the Thrive Fantasy app on the App Store, the Google Play Store, or by visiting their site at thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today, and don't forget to use promo code FANTASYBREWS.
Now back to us in the basement.
Welcome back from us. Breaking news for those of you that weren't listening to the previous parts. Kyle and I are tied. He spelled Aluwadare wrong.
I had it spelled out correctly on my paper, and I said the wrong first letter, even though I had it right in front of me. So if I fucked up somehow.
We checked the
Gave him
tape.
credit
So
inappropriately, so we're gonna play a tiebreaker.
We're going in a tiebreaker.
All right.
So the
Start with-
last
start
person
with
to
Mike.
answer the question was Kyle, off of a steal.
Well, it was-
So Mike is gonna go.
Yeah.
He's from the Giants,
All right.
straight out of New York. He's a running back. I want you to spell Javon Leakey's last name.
Leaky. Oh man. Okay.
I was just looking at something about him.
What? I don't ever heard of this guy.
Well, because I was looking at Deion Lewis, who's their backup, and Leakey's on the depth chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a go.
I don't think I know it still, but
This is sudden death. Yeah. So, I guess it depends. Go. Leaky. Leeky.
Incorrect. Kyle for the
Bullocks.
steal and the win.
oh man, that's what I had down. So I'm going
Oh no.
Leaky. L. I'm gonna start with an L.
That's probably a great start instead of a J.
It's a silent.
Leaky.
Dang, you were so close.
Yeah!
It is not a Y, it's an E.
All right, give me. If I get this right, though, I win.
Okay.
That's true. That makes
All
sense.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
So, coincidentally, coming from the Patriots, Kyle's favorite team, he's a wide receiver. Mohamed Sanu Jr., I want you to spell Mohamed.
He seems very confident in his scribbles on his paper. Oh, he's a good strategy. You're like writing it out multiple times, seeing what looks good.
You have 5 seconds.
Mohammed.
Incorrect. Mike, you have
Fuck!
chance to steal.
Oh, goodness.
Incredibly close. Incredibly close.
Mohomad.
Incorrect.
That's even. That's terrible.
Mohamed.
I put too many M's.
Yeah.
I put too many M's.
I should have done ED at the end, not OD. But that was my guess. It's like, well, it's not 2 M's, it must be 1 M. I should have written down what you spelled when you spelled it.
All right,
All right,
give it to
Mike.
Mike again.
Coming at you, man.
So is this now for the win, or it's not because
It's always been sudden death. Whoever answers
It's not because I still get a rebuttal.
you get a-
whoever
yeah.
answers the question correct first.
All right.
Coming from the Titans. He's their quarterback. Just inherited a couple of years ago, actually. Ryan Tannehill.
Oh man.
You can
I want
spell
you to spell
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
You can do that.
Tannehil.
That is correct.
Oh,
All right.
titties.
All right, Kyle with his rebuttal question to come back.
Can I spell Ryan for bonus?
No.
Damn it.
-3.
Coming from the Arizona Cardinals. He's unfortunately a defensive player. He's a defensive end. Michael Dugby.
I'm not going to get defensive player.
I want you to spell Michael. No, I'm just kidding. I want you to spell Dogby.
I'm not going to get this. Dogby.
Correct.
Fucking A. Fucking A. I had Doug spilled
I
out.
wrote Dogbee.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
So we're still
I think this is the last one. If neither of us get those, we just got to do a rock, paper, scissors for it.
Yeah,
This is the last one. This is the last one.
Oh man.
Give him his.
All right.
I think this is the last. This is the last name you have, right?
Yes. This is the last name that I could come up with.
Well, let's both write it down and
That's
both
fair,
do it
yeah.
at the same time then.
Okay.
All right. Give it to us.
The name I'm thinking of is from the Patriots. He just got, not benched, but pushed to the side by Cam Newton. His name is Jarrett Stidham.
I know it.
I want you to spell Stidham.
I know it.
I think I know it. Should I go first? You should go first, but you should have to show Jake what you wrote.
Okay, well, I'll write it bigger.
Yeah, I'm across the table.
I think I know it.
I got it right. Go ahead. Now you can spell it out loud because I was confirmed to right.
Stidham. To use in a sentence, guy who can't keep a job from Cam Newton, Stidham.
Eat my ass. Can you spell eat my ass?
Yeah, now I want to get banned from Rocket League. Stidham. Stidham.
All right, you guys got to do rock, paper,
Oh,
All right.
baby!
Best 2 out of 3.
Oh, God. Best 2 out of 3?
Best 2 out of 3.
All right,
and
you
we
guys
go
gonna enjoy
rock,
this at
paper,
home.
scissors, and then shoot.
Okay.
All right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Second,
No!
I take first round. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. He takes second. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, fuck! Mike I'm taking the spicy.
The spicy cracker.
Oh my god. It's so fucking hot.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. What a comeback.
Alright, I took it. I'm suffering. We're gonna move on. Until our Wisco fucking A.
His nose is sweating already.
We're gonna move on to the Wisco Dynasty League Rookie Draft Recap.
800,000 Scovilles. I looked it up.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Alright, I'm gonna...
So how should we do this? Are we listing off all the picks? Do you want to list off like our picks and talk about other notable ones? Do you want me to take the lead if you're dying?
I'll chime in.
Okay. So, about a week and a half ago now, we had our rookie dynasty draft for my league, the Wisco Dynasty League.
I'm in pain.
He's gonna make it.
We had it's a 3-round rookie draft. The picks are definitely not in order because you can trade picks.
Fucking rookie draft!
Sleeper's great for that reason. Woo! So we'll just start rolling through the notable picks from the beginning, and we'll chime in a little more when it's one of our picks to talk about it. Our first overall pick went Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Very obvious pick after Damian Harris opting out for the season. Or Damian Williams, sorry. Just got a trade offer for him with him involved that was garbage. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, J.K. Dobbins went number 2. The guy was a Ravens fan. Not sure how much that, was
He went a lot earlier than I expected him to go. I thought I had the... I tried to talk it so hard. I had the 1-5 and the 1-9, and I thought Dobbins was going to fall to me at the 1-5.
I wanted him to fall to me at the 107, and I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I wanted it to happen.
True.
So Dobbins goes at the 102. Jonathan Taylor goes at the 103. The 4th pick was CeeDee Lamb, first receiver. Kyle here had the 5th pick, as he mentioned. Kyle, who did you take?
I took DeAndre Swift. I was debating between... I'm crying. This is so fucking hot and so hard to talk.
He just loves DeAndre Swift so much.
I knew I was going to take a running back in that position. So I was debating between DeAndre Swift and Cam Akers. I thought more initial impact is going to be Swift. So I went with Swift. Keep going.
So Jared Judy went at the 6th pick. I had the 7th pick. I got Cam Akers, which I was happy to get. I think he'll have the quicker impact because that team has no running backs. But... only time will tell.
What did Devin do?
Well, yeah, our guy who had the first overall pick took Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Doesn't have a starting quarterback right now, so we were all thinking Joe Burrow was going to go to him at the 108, but he took Jalen Reagor, which I think is a good pick, but he needs to figure out his quarterback situation before the season starts.
I think the next pick should have went there. And
Which means
that pick should have went later.
afterwards at the 1-9 that I had, Justin Jefferson fell to me, which I fucking love.
That should have went a pick before.
Oh my
Or
god!
sooner.
Yeah, it was a clear number 2 of that team for sure. It's a good team.
You guys keep going up here, man.
I'll say we have no one.
I'm dying.
Joe Burrow, first quarterback, went at the 10th pick. Henry Ruggs, rookie receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders,
Weird.
went at the 11th pick. Brandon Ayuk went at the 12th pick. He was kind of like seemed like he was going to be the lead guy with people getting injured.
Mm-hmm.
And now Brandon Ayuk, I think he's also dealing with some injury as well. So that's unfortunate. Second round opens up. Keshawn Vaughn goes at the 201. Cole Kmet goes, I think, a bit too early.
Way
Bears
too early.
rookie tight end. He's supposed to be a good player. Tight ends take a little while to develop. Bears aren't a good team.
But the second round?
Yeah, it seems a bit early. I figured he'd be drafted.
Early second
Are we
round?
talking about how stupid the Cole Kmet pick was?
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. He's got a
Why early round why second round?
He would have,
Why not third round like early?
the guy who drafted him, he only had those 2 picks right there, the 202 and the 203.
That's fair.
So if he wanted that guy, he had to take him. But it's definitely early in consensus. If he really wanted him, then you got to take your guy.
He might have even been able to pick him up at the end.
Maybe kind of
He would have probably been a free agent.
That's very
at the
possible.
end.
Michael Pittman goes at the 3rd pick of the 2nd round. In order from there, Denzel Mims, A.J. Dillon at the 205.
We're about Wisconsin League.
Yeah, you
ever
ever
see
think
his
it's a little
legs?
early? He's fucking ripped. That guy is ripped as shit.
He's got Barkley legs.
Yeah.
But he's
maybe
not going to be able to
bigger.
use them that much behind Jones.
Yeah.
See, Kyle is doing much better. He's had some water now.
He seems like he's doing better.
No, I just got to take a giant chug of water before I talk. That way I can finish a sentence. It is bad.
I had
After
the 6th pick in the 2nd round. I took T. Higgins, rookie receiver for the Bengals. Everyone else, well, Boyd's been around, but AJ Green hasn't seen the practice field yet, I don't believe. At the 207 and beyond, we have Zach Moss, LaVisca Chenault Jr. for the
I like Chenault
Jaguars.
Jr.
Tua Tagovailoa. Did I say that right or spell it right?
Tagovailoa.
Quarterback for the Dolphins went with the 9th pick in the second round.
Surprisingly.
Antonio Gibson, rookie running back for the Redskins, went next at the 10. Brian Edwards for the Raiders, 11.
Chase Claypool, then Justin Herbert, taken at 3-1 by the guy who does not have a starting quarterback.
Still doesn't have a starting
quarterback, taking Herbert. I mean,
if only like Ryan Fitzpatrick had been on the waivers.
We were cheering him on to take Burrow in that first round. He didn't do it.
Or if Tyrod Taylor got dropped because of roster space.
Could have picked him up. But no, somebody else did. Jake.
Whoops.
Then Anthony McFarland Jr., Darrington Evans,
Wait,
KJ
Darrington Evans
Hamler.
is Jake's pick.
Jake, yeah, that is your pick.
That's so if Derrick Henry gets hurt, I have his backup.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone else, and they don't really need
He
anyone
would
else
be
unless that happens. So
insanely valuable if that happened.
KJ Hamler, Van Jefferson, Joshua Kelly, Jordan Love goes at the 3-7.
Too early.
Where Wisconsin league.
Should have been.
Why would he go to... Wait, who drafted him? Peroni?
Yeah.
Where Wisconsin league.
Most of us are Packer fans.
Then at the 3-8, I picked up Devin Asiasi.
That was the best tight end.
Starting tight end for the Patriots. Yeah, better pick than Cole Kmet.
Oh, hell yeah.
And way later.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that could pay off. If I have to drop him, in a couple weeks, I drop him. I don't really care.
And then I'll pick him up because I love tight ends.
There you go. Then right after that, I picked Devin Duvernay from Baltimore, who could be a surprise. I was just trying to go for a receiver who could have like a McLaurin kind of come out of nowhere.
Why not? Ravens rookie receiver. Absolutely.
Finish it off.
Antonio Golden Candy.
I'm drinking so much water just so I can talk, and this is so rough, dude. It fucking burns.
Antonio Gandy Golden was the third to last pick, rookie receiver for the Redskins. There was a trade with our second to last pick. It was Kyle's pick initially.
I gave Jake my third round pick for his next year's third round pick, so he picked up
Jalen Hurts.
Rookie
Good
quarterback
pick.
for the Eagles.
If you got the space to keep him.
I he's going to be like a Taysom Hill.
I know someone else was planning on it, but I personally was also planning on picking up Jalen Hurts. I expected him to go undrafted, and I plan on picking him up after the draft.
I didn't know what else to do with my third round pick. So.
Well, last pick in the draft is Lynn Bowden Jr. from the Vegas Raiders, who just actually his stock would have just gone down because they got
Theo Riddick. Signed by the Raiders.
Ouch.
Don't worry about Josh Jacobs. He's going to catch the ball. Theo Riddick hasn't played for like a year. He wasn't that great when he was back, 2018 or whatever.
Lions, right?
Yeah. But we'll post this to Twitter. You let us know who got the best pick in the draft, who got a steal, who went way too early, and by that we mean Jordan Love and A.J. Dillon.
And Kokomet.
And by best pick, Justin Jefferson at the 1-9. But we'll post that. You guys let us know what you think about it.
In our mock draft last week, so in this dynasty draft, you took Swift, I took Akers, but in the mock draft, do we?
Yeah, I took Akers because. Yeah, I think I misspoke earlier. I took Swift because he'll be more of a guaranteed kind of
like longer
term,
yeah.
Where Akers is the right away. So yeah, I think I misspoke earlier.
I wouldn't be surprised if Akers finishes better this year than Swift, but then like is not as good as him the rest of his career, or at least does better maybe the first few weeks before Swift establishes himself. If that's what happens.
Sure.
Let's move on to this week's Bruce Clues. Now, Jake, I think you should write an answer down for this and then show it to me, and I'll let you know if you're like right or not, so you can kind of play along, but not steal a guess.
So don't say anything. Well, I would get points then, so you could. Do you remember the current score?
I am up.
I want to say it's 4-2 you.
Yes, I believe so. It's in this spreadsheet. You can just go to that tab.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I am up 4-2, correct? I'll give to you first because you started last week.
All right.
So.
How are you doing over there?
It's calming down, but like I just drank a half gallon of water.
Witnessed it. It happened.
And my tongue is still burning, so I'm gonna try my best to talk. But I'm also gonna be drinking water the whole time. But beer eventually too. All right. Despite finishing as the PPR number 31 in his position last year, he is ranked as the number 47 this year, also PPR. He had the most receiving yards and touchdowns of his career last year.
So 31 last year, 47 this year
Yes.
in PPR. And then you said most receiving.
They had their most receiving yards and most touchdowns of their career last year.
All right. 31st of their position last year, 47th this year, and last year was their best statistical year.
Jake, you can go ahead and write down a guess. Here, we have a kind of a list of teams right here so you can get your brain juices running down the juice highway. We got so much juice.
I'm inclined to think about a receiver with the receiving stats. I'm aware of what happened a couple weeks ago when I shafted you on the position. It's not a quarterback, that's for sure.
Yeah, it could be.
Ooh, that would be fun. No for later for myself. All right. I can't take too long. I guess, do you need to see Jake's answer before I answer?
No, go ahead and answer.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that this player is Curtis Samuel.
Incorrect. Jake, did you have a guess that I could look at? Wait, don't say it. Don't say it. Let me just look at it.
Okay.
Also incorrect. Damn. Don't let him
But don't
see
say
your
who it
guess.
is, because then it eliminates
All
one
right, next.
person.
Clue. Despite ending the season with the third most receiving yards out of his teammates, he should be the wide receiver 1 this year, pending healthiness. This is not just my opinion. He should be the wide receiver 1, pending healthiness this year. He ended the season last year with the third most receiving yards out of his teammates.
Last year ended with the third most receiving yards, but should be the wide receiver 1 of his team.
Pending healthiness. Which I guess is always pending healthiness. Everything's always pending it, but...
I feel like I'm throwing myself off because I think I'm taking it as you're implying that he's currently injured when he isn't.
He will... I'll also tell you he's going to be playing.
Okay.
He's not a
Not
guy.
like
He didn't opt out.
Alshon Jeffrey.
He's not an opt out. He is not like expecting to miss long term. He's not guaranteeing anything. It's one of the yeah.
Okay. And he's not expected to miss games. I was going to say that the 49ers receiver that I'm missing the name of right now, but that's hurt, but he's going to miss a while. I will say, the list of teams.
Yeah, I got to see. Jake, you got an answer?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at yours quick. All right, Mike, give me one now. Tick-tock.
I'm going to say Marquise Brown.
Incorrect. Marquise Brown probably led his team, didn't he?
Maybe. I don't know. He gets bomb passes.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would have been third. Maybe Mark Andrews had him beat, but I don't know if he would have been third.
All right. NFC West. So you got the Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks.
Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks. Oh, I hope it's not the guy.
Finishing as the PPR number 31 in their position last year, ranked as the 47 this year, had the most receiving yards and touchdowns of their career last year, despite ending the season with the third most receiving yards on their out of their teammates. They should be the wide receiver 1 this year, pending healthiness, and it's not just my opinion. That is the opinion of experts. I want to say that because I obviously have opinions for who will end wide receiver 1, but this is like an expected wide receiver 1.
Well, so it's not Hopkins. Like the Cardinals are out. I'm gonna say okay. I don't know if you'd do that. I'll say Tyler Lockett. Damn.
What's your last guess? DK Metcalf. No, but that's a really good one. That's a really good. It was Deebo Samuel.
I was going to say him earlier.
I know you were. When you mentioned the Niners, I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to get it.
I couldn't remember his name. For some
I said
reason,
he should
and
be.
I
They're saying right now they don't know if like, at most, really, as of right now, he's really going to miss week 1, but they don't even know that that's guaranteed. And I said he should, if he's be the wide receiver 1 this year, and agreeably. But, yeah. I made sure to word it, despite ending the season with the third most receiving yards out of my teammates, not on my team, because Emmanuel Sanders had more receiving yards throughout the season, but not as much.
Sneaky bastard.
I tried. Well, I mean, it would. I don't know.
Threw me
I didn't want to have the wording wrong and be
Yeah.
questioned.
Me off.
No, that's smart for sure.
I was gonna guess Michael Thomas at one point, but then I crossed it out and put Adam.
Thielen. I liked your last guess, or your James Conner was your first guess, which was a pretty good
That's
guess.
an interesting one.
And then your last guess was
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. So that's
See, I
also
thought
a
of
good
him,
guess.
but I don't think it's like expert consensus that he's the wide receiver 1. He
Well,
could-
you said
it's-
Tyler Lockett, and Tyler
Yeah.
Lockett better score me 15 points.
He's
to
on
get
your
into the
team.
freaking playoffs.
Well, that's good because I think
I'll win the roller
Lockett and Metcalf could be back and forth between the wide receiver one.
I think they're kind of like
fair.
they're like a poor man's Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
yeah.
Not even a poor man's, but like
Upper middle class.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I update on my mouth. Not burning as much. My stomach, not as great. But we'll deal with that later.
Wait till you poop.
I always do. All right. Let me get my next beer. Now that I'm full of water.
Still got Daria Gumbawale up on my screen. All right, so it's time for
Dare, man.
Alua, that's right.
Dare.
So many O's.
Fucking had it spelled out
initials are
correctly on my
O.
thing. All right. Give it to me, baby.
Initials OO. Bruce Clues. All right. Last year, in 15 games played, I'm going to just give you his stat line last year. Last year, in 15 games played, this guy finished as the tight end 10, TE10, on the year in standard scoring. He had 87 receptions, 607 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 15 games played.
87 receptions.
Correct. But this is standard scoring.
607 yards. Tight end number 10. I'm going to go... Let me look at my teams really quick.
Makes sense. Let me know when you're ready.
Tight end 10 throughout the full year in standard.
Goodness. Not him. Don't look at my screen either.
I'm not looking.
Tight end 10 throughout the full year standard. 87 receptions, 607 yards. I'm going
5 touchdowns.
to say... Oh, I'm looking quick. Jack Doyle.
It's not Jack Doyle. Good guess. All right. Of the top 12 tight ends of last year, he had the second lowest ownership percentage. So according to Fantasy Pros, of the top 12 tight ends, he was owned second least. The least owned of top 12 tight ends was Jason Witten. Was the tight end 12 at 2% ownership. This man had I forget the percentage, but 44 point something % ownership in fantasy leagues. And then I have added as well, in his rookie year in 2018, he saw 44 targets on the season. Last year with his sophomore season, that number basically doubled to 87. It's not your guy, Jake.
So he caught all of them?
Nope, that was the last fact that you said.
Did I say
You said in the first clue, you said he had 87 receptions.
reception? I'm sorry. Yeah, 44 reception. I wrote targets. I miswrote.
You son of a bitch!
so-
That threw me off so
he,
much!
he did have 87 receptions.
Okay.
I meant to say he had 44 receptions last 2 years ago in his rookie year in 2018. So 44 receptions last year.
Okay, gotcha.
87 this past
Gotcha.
year. Or
I want to say, and I'm... O.J. Howard.
so that's a good guess as well, but not O.J. Howard.
Okay.
His division is the NFC East.
So we got...
That's a great question. It is the Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins. It's a good guess too. It is not him though.
Damn it!
Ooh.
It is... Oh, fuck. I can't think of his name right now.
Don't guess Jason Witt.
No, it's not fucking Giant. No, it's not. It is rookie year of 2018. Dude wasn't even playing.
Or Greg Olsen.
That's funny.
I'm going to go with... Oh, fuck. I gotta remember his name. Why am I blanking on his name?
Face this problem, but not completely.
It's...
You gotta give me a name.
I know! And I'm trying to think of his name. Why am I blanking?
You ate hot stuff.
I am. My brain is everywhere. It is... Fuck me. Why can't I think of his name? Zach Ertz.
It is not.
Is his backup.
Yes, it is his backup.
I can't fucking think of his name. I know that's the answer. I can't think of his fucking name.
Okay, it's Dallas Goedert.
Fucking A.
Got her.
I knew it. I knew it was his backup, but I couldn't think of his name.
I did fuck up. It was targets, not receptions. So how do you feel about me giving you the 1 point for the last round? It was 87 targets in this last year.
Okay, because
44
87
targets.
receptions puts him up in
Yeah.
the Kittle area. That's what threw me off so much.
I wrote receptions at one point and targets in the other, and then I'm like
almost like kills.
looking at it, and I pulled it up.
That's what threw me off. I was like, how does he have 87 receptions? He's the tight end 10.
Right. No, for sure. And like standard would kind
guess
of,
Blake
but
Jarwin.
not really. That was a good guess too.
87 receptions. I think that's like how many Kittle had. I'm trying to look up the stat really quick.
That
Yeah,
sounds about right.
I'm pulling up. I want to get those reception numbers just so I can kind of rectify my mistake real quick.
He's
but-
on my dynasty team too.
Oh my god, you have beastly quarterbacks and beastly tight ends.
All right, Kittle last year had 85 receptions, so that's
Yeah.
why it threw me off. I was like, how does the number 10 tight end have that many fucking catches?
Yeah, so he had his rookie year. He had 44 targets and 33 receptions, and then last year he had 87 targets and 58 receptions. So I read those backwards.
I'll take the mercy point.
I was mine for a reason. Dallas Goedert, I feel like it could be a steal. Like I almost considered putting him in my late round guys. They do a fair amount of two tight end sets.
Mm-hmm.
They might do them more with how banged up their receiving core is that we just talked about, with Deshaun Jackson being like the only viable, and Ertz being the only viable options.
Well, OJ Howard was the 29 in PPR last year. Holy crats.
That's crazy.
Whose team was he on?
Bucks.
He's been on the
No.
the whole time.
In our team, in our league, not our team.
Is
Brian!
he a free agent right now, or is
Nope,
he?
Brian's gone.
He's on Brian's team. Oh, Brian's been trying to trade him forever.
But I'll take a mercy point for the mistake, which threw me off, even though I knew who I was trying to say, but I couldn't remember his name. I knew I had the answer. I couldn't remember Goddard, but they were still the mistake. Well, I'll take it. Final notes. Jake, what you got for us? What's your final notes? What do you like about the NFL? What's going on in your brain? Who are you going for this season?
Well, I'm glad all of the positive COVID tests came back negative.
Yes, that's
Positive.
Because that means
a season.
a season. So I'm really excited that we're looking at a potential non-preseason season, which will also be very awesome because I miss football really much.
Yeah, it really needs to come back.
And you sit around on Sundays more so than I do now.
Exactly. Sit around with a purpose.
But now I have an excuse. I'm like, oh, football's on.
Sorry.
I
This is
have
why
to
I'm drinking
now.
beer at noon.
That's why.
London games are the best at 8:30 or whatever it is. My final
I don't.
notes
There's
are...
no London games this year.
Oh, that's a good point. That makes a lot of sense. My final notes are... I'm going to write down my notes better.
His final notes are to have better notes.
Final notes are pre-noting.
My final notes. I love you, Tom Brady.
You do this every time.
Okay, well, eventually he's going to hear and he's going to be like, I love you too, Kyle. And he's going to adopt me even though I'm 27. And I'm going to be like, I'm for it, Tom.
He could be your dad.
He could be.
Will he kiss you too?
Technically.
That
will never call
if
you.
I'm lucky.
Good night, son.
Go Pats, tighten up. And I had the name written down correctly. I said it wrong. Go fuck yourself, Mike.
See you later. Bye!